Okay, Brunty, first of all, how are you with your rehab?
Yeah, it's all okay. It's going. I think it's going to plan as far as I know. The medical staff and the sports science staff seem happy enough with all the stuff I'm doing. So, hopefully I can sort of crack on a little bit over the next couple of months and do things a bit more sort of active. I suppose I've been in the gym a lot, doing a lot of strength stuff, and it'd be nice to get outside and get a bit of fresh air and get running around, I think.
And what sort of stages are you at? Are you just doing weights, or are you running now?
Yeah, I'm hopefully going, well, just today. Hopefully getting outside to do a bit of running. I've done a little bit on the Alter G, the treadmill. So I've done quite a bit of biking as well. So I think it's just probably just getting your body used to sort of moving in that pattern again. I think obviously it'll take a few weeks to get up to a half decent speed, but as I said, it'll just be nice to get outside and get moving about again, because you not to hear too many people saying they're looking forward to running again, but I'm looking forward to getting out of the gym, to be honest.
It's difficult to have targets, I guess, especially with an ACL injury, but have you got any sort of aims for when you'd like to be fit?
No, it's difficult to say. I suppose really you just go on based on what you sort of being told by the medical staff, but I'm hoping that it'll not be too much off the start of the season. Really, I think I'd like to be in around bits and pieces of training in August some stage, but obviously that'll depend on how the next couple of weeks go, because at the minute everything's pretty much sort of strength based, and sort of the running will be straight line based, and I think it gets a little bit more difficult when you've got to start moving and changing direction and obviously keep striking balls as well. So I'll just have to take that slowly over the next couple of weeks and break into it gently, and hopefully it'll all go to plan, and I can start building that up quickly as well, because I think that happened a lot with the strength stuff. It sort of took me a few sessions to get used to it, but then as you get used to it, you can crack on pretty quickly. So hopefully that'll be the same with the football rehab as well. That's
the physical side of things. How have you been mentally now? Obviously a huge blow missing the Euros. Have you managed to get your head around the injury?
Yeah, to be fair, I was okay for the last few months of the season. Obviously I did it in the end of February, start of March, so a few weeks after that I was fine, but April, May was grand. But then obviously when the lads were leaving here at the end of the season to go and meet up with the squad, and obviously seeing bits and pieces on social media and the things that I've missed out on, it's been quite difficult the last couple of weeks seeing the bits. And I watched the friendly in Belfast against Belarus, and it was difficult not being part of that with the send off that we got in Belfast as well. So that's something that obviously I'm disappointed to miss out on, and might be something I'll never get to experience, which is it's gutting really. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things. There's not much you can do about it, and I've just got to try and get my head around that and just support the lads in the games coming up. So as this week's built up, I'm really looking forward to going over and watching the games and seeing everybody, and if I can help in any way around the place, hopefully I can, and that'll be great.
You are going to France. It's not how you wanted to go, but you are going. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing out there. Yeah,
I think pretty quickly after the operation, I got a couple of offers from bits and pieces to do some media work, and the BBC have got 2 of our group games, so I'm going to go over there and do a bit on the pitch side commentary. I think where the game in Nice against Poland and the game in Germany, the game in Paris against Germany. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be something a bit different that I've never done before, but I would have definitely want to watch the games anyway, and this is it's a different way of experiencing it. It's the closest I'll get to the pitch, to be fair. I'll be right on the touchline, so hopefully it'll be a good experience, and I'll get the commentating on a few positive results for Northern Ireland as well. I'm really looking forward to it now, to be totally honest. But the last couple of weeks has been difficult.
Did you make a conscious effort to do that? Because it could have been quite easy to just lock yourself away at home.
Yeah, I think everything sort of crosses your mind really. I have had a couple of times when I thought I could do with getting away from all this, and especially the last couple of weeks, as I said, it's been tough. But as the games were on, you see how excited everybody in the country is getting about it, and I think if I didn't go, I'd have regretted it for the rest of my life, and not going over to see the games, because even if if I wasn't a football player, I love football. I'd probably tried to go and watch the games if it had been Northern Ireland qualifying and now anyway. So I think the last time we qualified for a tournament was '86, and I was 18 months old. So it's something I've never experienced, and the country hasn't experienced for a long time. So it's obviously it would have been a lot better to be part of it as a player, but to be part of it as the sort of media bits is probably the best sort of second place prize you could get, I suppose.
Are you going to be spending time with the squad as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to go and do a few days at the base camp in Lyon, just to crack on with a bit of rehab stuff. Obviously, everything's gone okay here, and West Brom can send some stuff out to the people in Northern Ireland, and you sort of half conscious about getting in the way a little bit, because obviously in between the group games, that's their main focus, is getting everybody turned around and ready to go again on the Thursday night against Ukraine. But they were more than happy for me to come over. I think they sort of wanted me to come over as well, which is nice. And I've spoken to the medical staff, I've spoken to Michael O'Neill about it, and they're delighted that I can come, and I'm really looking forward to getting over there and meeting up with them now.
I guess when you've got over 50 caps for your country, though, it makes sense really that you'd be close to them and able to pass on some.
I don't think it's necessarily how many caps you've got, but I've been around the squad a long time, and saw a lot of. So I've had a lot of disappointment with the national team as well, and the miss out on the sort of successful period it's gotten, and I think Michael and the squad and the staff around the squad are sort of aware of that, and I think they were probably wanting me to be probably a bit more of a part of it than what I was expecting. So it's great, and they're great people. The staff, Michael's a great guy, and all the lads as well. We've got a good. Great spirit, great camaraderie around the place, and it'll be nice to get out there for a few days and be involved in that.
This is a question you're going to get sick of over the next couple of weeks, but how far do you think Northern Ireland can go?
I think we're capable of getting as far as we believe we can, really. I think our form going into the tournaments, it's second to none, and I think we're probably a dark horse, I suppose, because people probably look at you haven't qualified for a tournament for 30 years, and you're here to make up the numbers, and I really don't think we are. I think we've got a good squad, a good solid squad, and no real sort of standout individuals. We're a good team, and we know what we're good at, we know what we're not so good at, and I think our preparation for the games will be there'll be no stone left unturned by the staff, and we'll be going into the games well prepared and knowing what we're going to do to try and get a result, and I honestly believe we can get out of the group stage and cause a few upsets.
There's quite often a team, isn't there, in a major tournament who sort of light the tournament up by doing more than what they're expected to do. No reason why that can't be Northern Ireland.
No, exactly. I think, having said that, this year with the extra teams in the Euros, there's probably 6 or 7 different teams probably thinking the same thing as we are. But look, I think we're more than capable of doing it. But obviously, when you get there, it's going to be different. The atmospheres are going to be unbelievable. We've got a lot of fans coming with us as we do everywhere. And, I'm sure they'll create a great atmosphere, but it's important that as a squad of players and as a team, you have to sort of put that at the back of your mind and go out and try and do the job in hand. And I'm sure that this week in the training camp, Michael have been putting that, drilling that into the players, and the lads will be ready to play. They always are, and in all the international breaks, by the time the games come around, you can see everybody they're buzzing to play. They want to get in the pitch, and I'm sure over the last couple of weeks it's probably been a long build up for them, and they can't wait to get the game started on Sunday.
Just putting your pundit's hat on there, who do you think will win the tournament?
I don't know, it's a difficult one. I've been asked that a couple of times, and it's always difficult to pick out somebody. I think England have a good chance of doing well this year with the young squad they've got, and obviously with Roy as manager, you'd like to see him do really well from his time here. He was always good with us and me individually, so you'd like to see him doing well. And I think there's probably a bit less pressure in England this year as well. And the media hype hasn't been so big on them that they've got a decent chance. But it's always difficult to look past your Germanys and Spains, I suppose, as well. But I think if somebody was giving me money to put on, I'd just put it on Northern Ireland just in case something happened.
I think we'll call that a diplomatic answer.
Yeah.